customers. But speaking of prices, the month of November recorded the highest rate of inflation of 12.2% since the rebasing of Ghana's economy in 2019. This indicates that prices of goods and services witnessed upward adjustments during the period. Housing, water and electricity once again topped the list of factors that contributed to the rate of increment. According to the government statistician, food inflation also experienced some increment over the period. Take a listen to him.
CPI for the month of November 2021 stood at 135.2 indices relative to 120.4 indices that was recorded for the same time, November 2020. This culminating in an inflation figure of 12.2% for the month of November 2021. This means that prices of goods and services over the one-year period, that is November 2020 and November 2021, have gone up by 12.2%. This 12.2% is a 1.2 percentage higher inflation rate relative to what was recorded on a year-on-year basis for the month of October 2021, which stood at 11.0%. On a month-on-month basis, between October 2021 and November 2021, prices of goods and services went up by 1.4 percentage points, indicating that between these 2 months, that is October and November 2021, prices of goods and services went up by 1.4%. From a food and a non-food percentage point, we see food dominating by 13.1% relative to non-food 11.6%, indicating a 1.5 percentage point between food inflation and non-food inflation. On a month-on-month basis, food inflation equally records a higher rate of inflation relative to non-food inflation, indicating a 1.3 percentage point, specifically with food inflation month-on-month 2.1% and non-food inflation month-on-month 0.8%. Housing and transport continue to record the highest rate of inflation as housing, water, electricity and gas recorded 20.5% and transport 16.0%. Contribution of food and non-alcoholic beverages to overall inflation has regained an upward trend as it increased from 44.9% to 47.2% at its contribution to overall inflation between the month of October and November 2021. The variation between locally produced items and imported items has assumed a wider gap as locally produced items stood at 13.0% and imported items 9.8% for the month of November 2021.